Hey guys, good morning. Jason here with the Minto Show. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for being a subscriber. So, I'm going to show you a quick video of what was going on with the splitter and why we have it up here by the garage. So you can see it was just spewing hydraulic fluid out of the hydraulic ram, comes down and splits the wood. So I found a company, I believe it's Ford's in Maryland, and they sell a splitter 4-inch cylinder seal kit. There's a bunch of seals in here, so there must be a bunch of things we got to replace inside there. I've never done this before. This splitter is a little over 10 years old. I bought it brand new from Tractor Supply. It's a Huskee. It's the 22-ton version. I've never had any major issues with it. It's been very good to us. So this is like the biggest repair we've had. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to document this for you guys if you're having the same issue, and we'll just try to work through it together. I'm gonna start by getting it kind of cleaned up. There's a lot of hydraulic fluid and dirt and grime that accumulated on there now. So I'm gonna try to get that cleaned up, and then we'll start getting into it. But I'll leave information below. It looks like it's like actual parts actually by Speedco. It's S39017800. It's a cylinder seal kit for a 4-inch. And there's a bunch of different seals in here in different sizes. And so let's just see if we get into it. Maybe this will take an hour, maybe it'll take all day. I don't know. Let's get in here and get going. Okay guys, so I got it all cleaned up, and let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect the hoses that go up to the ram. So this first one I'm gonna take that goes from the reservoir through the filter and up. I'm going to disconnect that and throw it back here in the reservoir. Get the reservoir open. So put that here. Get the reservoir open. It's looking a little full here right now because it's leaning this way. Alright, I'll set that to the side and go here and disconnect this hose. Now I'm really not sure how much hydraulic fluid is going to come flying out of this, so there she comes. Just had to turn a little bit, break that little seal. Again, I don't know how much hydraulic fluid is going to come out of here, but oh, not too much. Alright guys, so on the other side of the machine by the motor. So this time we're going to take off this hose coming from the pump that goes into the ram up here. And I'm going to disconnect it, and I'm just going to put it back into the hydraulic container I have, which is fresh. So that's okay. We'll just put the hose in there and it'll drain into there. So this one's letting go of it. Alright guys, so now we have our lines disconnected. We got to get the splitter head off the shaft. So we're going to remove the bolt. We'll probably lift this up, slide that out, so we can eventually pull the ram. We need to pull it out. So let's get this disconnected. That loosened up pretty easy. I think that thing needed to be tightened anyways. So make sure we get it on there nice and snug. We put her back on. Bolt, lock washer. give her a quick tap. Put this back on here so we don't lose anything. Ooh, almost lost it there. Nah, she ain't gonna go nowhere. Alright, so we can slide her out of here. Alright guys, so got all those steps done. It's looking good. This is where the fun begins. So now we have to get into this cylinder. We have to pull it all out so we can, replace all the seals. So let's start. We have an Allen wrench. We got to take out this bolt. So let's start there. All right, so that's coming off. All right, so there it is. It's like a little bolt. It's all gummed up, and a little washer. So that's that. Let's just clean up this little area here. All this debris at. Okay guys, to my understanding, now we have the bolt out. There is a metal ring that is back here. It's back around this metal plate here. If you can see, it's kind of hard to see, but that seal's starting. That's why it's failing. That's why all that stuff was coming out. But we need to actually push this inner part in, and it'll give us access. There's like a wire that keeps us all sealed together. So this might get a little loud, but we need to bang that back a little bit. All right, so we just need to go ahead and see if we can bang that thing back a little bit. I'm gonna use an old piece of pipe here. Alright guys, after pounding on that for a minute, I think there's just too much pressure, so I'm going to try to pull it. Alright guys, I'm still struggling, trying to get that piece back. So I'm trying to push now, get some of all the hydraulic fluid out of here. I think I might be hindering my process here. So I hope you can see it, but it's coming out the bottom here, right into this thing here. This hydraulic spilled a little bit, but alright guys, so I think that was the toughest part, which I didn't film a lot of it because it was a pain. But what you need to do is you need to press in this inner part because there's a wire, which I'll show you. We'll get that out of there, and that'll let us pull the whole thing out. But what you really want to do is, before you do this, make sure it's extended the whole way, and then go to the retract position and try to push out all that hydraulic fluid. It'll come out. Keep a little bucket or back to your reservoir, push it all out, and then pull it out. Pull the handle, pull it out, get all that stuff out of there, all that pressure. And then what I did was I pushed it the whole way back in. That way I could use a little piece of pipe. I wasn't banging my shaft all up. I didn't want to nick it all up. So I use a piece of pipe, and instead of using a regular hammer, I use a small sledgehammer. And I think that gave me the extra, you know, the poundage I needed to get it in there. So let's go ahead and get the wire out, and then let's get the whole thing out. Alright, so there's a wire in here. I'm really not sure how hard it's going to be able to get out. I'm going to try. I know it's hard for you guys to see it, the wire, but there's a little opening right here, right where my end of my screwdriver is. Ah, there, see, it moved a little bit. So, that's good. So we just need to kind of grab it. Let me just try to break it free a little bit. Might be kind of my problem. Been sitting there for 10 years under pressure. Hey, there we go. Hey, we did it. So there it is. That is what's in there. And that's what's holding it in place. We'll set that down. And let's go ahead and try to pull it out. So what I used to give me a little bit of leverage. This is just a socket extension. So I just put that in here. Alright guys, so I put it in the vertical position. So I need some leverage to get this down here. So I'm going to try using my foot. There it goes. You see it pop out? That was what we wanted. Yeah, there's a lot of tension. Well, we got it out. That's not how I wanted it to go, but we got it out. All right, so here's what I did. I didn't feel like banging on it. It didn't seem like that was working. So what I did was I used a come along. So I used a come along on a tree, and then I used the ATV with a winch. And that kept the whole splitter in one spot, and that way I could just, you know, pull out the whole shaft on the ground here. So, all right, we'll get into the shop and we will start taking off all the seals. Okay, guys, so we got the shaft out. Here it is. Got some degreaser. I'm just gonna hit it with. Kind of clean it up here a little bit, but that was a little scary. I hope it didn't scare anybody. I didn't realize there was a little bit of pressure there because that thing was moving so freely. But I think it was just there was such a suction in there. Let's just go ahead and take off this top one. This thing's got some weight to it, that's for sure. We want to take off. I'm gonna put a bolt here on the bottom so I can put this in the middle of it. See if I can get this down a little further. right, guys, we got it. So she got a little stuck there. This is a seal kit they sent me. This is everything. So I got some blue ones. There's a bunch of different ones here, so I'm really not sure how they go. You can see there's some blue ones in there, which they probably just pop out. Yeah, that one was definitely messed up. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with the outer seals here. So I got them removed. I'm going to put these new ones on. Okay, so that one goes on that side. This is the middle ring. This one sits right next to it. Alright, so the outer ones are done. Now we need to work on the inside ones. Okay, so I finally got the seals out of this one. I already replaced the ones on the outside. They were really easy, but the ones on the inside are a little rough. But you can see the difference here. See, this is the one that came out of the splitter, and here's the brand new one. So that one inside just disintegrated over time. So, yeah. So we'll just go ahead and we'll pop in the new ones here, and we'll start working on the other ones. So here we go. You just want to make sure you give it a good cleaning in there, because I found a little pieces of the blue still stuck in there. So you just want to make sure you really get it cleaned out really nice and good. Make sure nothing's inside there. Yeah, and there's two blue ones. One had a black washer with it, and that one with the black washer is on the inside one. This one on the outside one didn't have a black little gasket, I guess I'm saying. And we just kind of work this around here. It's a little tough. You just got to kind of force her in there. And there she is. I guess these are like the wipers. These blue ones are like the wipers for the, I guess the shaft. Alright, that looks good. That looks real good. All those pieces are replaced on that part. Alright guys, so on the other side of the shaft here, so we're going to start popping these ones off. Okay, that's all that garbage. Alright, so let's just give it a quick clean here. A little bit of degreaser. Okay, let's go ahead and reassemble now. First goes on the gasket. Okay, that's on there. That's smaller. Get that in there. Okay, there we go. And this outer piece here at the top just kind of sits there. Okay, so I think that part's done. All right, are you guys ready? Let's see. Everything's done. This thing is definitely a tight fit. Alright guys, the metal ring is in. Okay, last thing we gotta do is put the splitter head back on. Okay guys, so I just have to tighten up the splitting block onto the shaft, and we're gonna take a little break, but we'll come back and we'll connect all the hoses and we'll put some more hydraulic fluid in there, and we'll see if she leaks. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm back. It's been about 6 hours. I was actually at down by the beach. I was actually shooting our next video for you. So stay tuned for that one. It should be a good one for you guys. Kind of exciting. It was an exciting event. Alright, so I think where we left off was I was putting the splitter head back on the shaft here. So we're just tightening it down. Make sure it's nice and tight. Alright, so we're reconnecting the hose. Hopefully you guys can see. Let's see, this one goes like this. And okay. Nice and snug. Got to put the thing on here. Okay, let me just get a flathead. Alright, flathead acquired. Let's tighten her back up. Okay guys, the last thing we have to do is I have to put that screw back in here, and then see if you can see it right there at the bottom of the silver disc there. But I can't pull it out far enough because you see the metal ring at the bottom. It actually has to go past that. So I'm gonna fire it up. And let's just see if she'll start moving, and hopefully that'll press that down a little bit and I can put that last screw in. I'm kind of concerned how much hydraulic fluid it's going to suck out of the reservoir, so I'm going to watch that because you don't want it to get too low, so I'm going to have to fill it up as we go here. So I'm going to put you on a tripod, and we'll see how it goes here. right, so that worked great. It was very hard for you guys to see, but once it started going down and once it got to the end, it pushed that little silver plate, you know, where we put the new seals. It actually pushed that out. So now I'm able to put the little screw in. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, yeah, she definitely sucked down some hydraulic fluid once we got her cycling a few times. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up. Alright guys, so I hope you saw that last shot. See, it wasn't leaking. So yeah, I really enjoyed that repair. That was fun. It didn't take too long. It took a little long, you know, because I had to film. When you're filming, it just takes everything a little bit longer. So, but yeah, I'm good. So hopefully that should have another problem for another 10 years. So if you guys have any questions or comments, or if you need help with yours, you know, feel free to send me a message or comment below. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being a subscriber, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.